We're here at the One-to-One Mining Investment Conference in New York with Lake Resources. For those who haven't heard your story, can you give us a background?
Sure, thanks Rosie. My name's Stuart Crowe, I'm the chairman of Lake Resources. We've got 4 projects in Argentina that we're bringing into production. Our first and major project is the Kachi project, where this month we expect to bring out our initial resource and also an exploration target. We've drilled 16 holes there so far, and it's a massive brine salar that it's a maiden discovery. We acquired the land in early 2016, and we've been actively working that project up over the last 2 years, and so we're now right at the exciting phase where we are about to release some really good news. The other thing of interest there at Kachi, we've also been trialling a direct extraction process so that we can access the lithium in the brine more quickly, so that we can get involved in the supply of lithium to the supply chain. So we hope to have results early November, or possibly, with good fortune, we'll have that out late October. But the results that they've had previously in their test work, they're recovering up to 95% of the lithium from the brines within 2 hours. So that fast tracks us into a production potential and allows us potentially to export a lithium brine concentrate a lot faster than it would take to develop the project fully and have evaporation ponds that can take up to 18 months to allow us to get the concentrate.
So it should be a relatively quick timeline then?
It really is. We've got a lot of activity over the next few months going towards the year end. Whilst we're bringing on Kachi, we're also this weekend mobilising rigs at our Cauchari project, where we've got 45,000 hectares right alongside the major producers of Orocobre and Lithium America and Advantage Lithium, where we've had drilling from some of our neighbours within 300 metres of our lease boundary and getting exceptional grades up to 700 plus parts per million lithium and fantastic flow rates. So we're very excited at the moment. Obviously the share price over the last 6 months has been caught up in the general weakness in the lithium sector, but we're seeing some early signs of a change in attitude there as the demand side in the lithium space is becoming very apparent, that there's massive demand and the supply side just is struggling to build up to the sort of volumes required to satisfy that demand. So we're really busy at the moment.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But back in 2016, what made you look at Argentina? What attracted you to the project?
Well, it's interesting. We put this company together privately, and we saw a major transaction with Rockwood for $6.2 billion at a time when the financial markets were fairly stagnant. That was a big number and a massive transaction, and no one really knew much about the lithium space at that stage. And we thought, wow, there's something going on here. And Steve Prominence, who's our managing director, was looking at opportunities in the lithium sector and saw that the potential change of government coming into Argentina would make that quite an attractive place to be. So in early 2016, we raised enough money privately so that Steve could go there and acquire tenements, and he managed to successfully pick up 180,000 hectares of prospective ground. So we've got Kachi, we've got the 2 projects either side of the basin at Cauchari-Olaroz. We've also got a 70,000 hectare pegmatite project, which we've just exercised our option to acquire that 100%. All our projects are held separately within individual subsidiaries, so that it allows us to do deals with individual partners on each specific project. And just since announcing the exercise of that option last week, we've had 2 very strong inquiries, and in fact we've got meetings going on right now regarding people wanting to be involved in those pegmatite projects. So we've done a lot of work through Asia and India, talking to potential development partners, and we're still in that process of making people aware of what we've got, because once we release our initial resource sometime later this month, we'd expect we'll start some fairly serious discussions in bringing on a large end user to help us develop our projects at Kachi.
It sounds like a really exciting time for the company. How's One-to-One been so far?
One-to-One's been excellent. We've had a very busy day yesterday, another busy day today. The presentation was well received, and I suspect we're going to see, well, I'm hoping we've generated some real interest and start to see some on-buying activity, because our share price with a market cap of 30 million and being next door to some of the biggest players in the game in Caucharí-Olaroz with Lithium America and Orocobre, where their market caps are significantly larger than ours. I'd like to think that once we release our results, our early results at Caucharí later this month, we'll be able to demonstrate that our thesis of acquiring ground on the edge of the basin, where we're finding big traps and high liquidity and high porosity, which allows for greater rates of extraction, we'll convert that into some on-market activity and see our share price restored to the level where it probably should be.
Well, thank you very much.
Thanks, Rosie. Appreciate it.